Hello, beautiful souls. You are now listening to Deep Chats with Chris Cypher. And this is your host, Chris Cypher. I decided to take the episode out into nature today. The bugs and birds are buzzing and chirping, so they're just calling my name. It's really helpful to get out into nature, to sit with the trees and the forest animals. I would say it's even therapeutic to hear their songs and watch as time seems to stand still. A thing that always fascinates me about trees is they look so gentle, so peaceful and calm, yet so mighty and tall and strong. Oh, the stories they would tell if they could talk. They live for hundreds of years. There's no telling what they've seen. It always seems peaceful in nature. Even though there's a lot of little things going on here and there in different aspects, the general vibe seems relaxed, relatively, and still, even though there's movement. I think the leaves of a tree and the swaying of its branches in the wind is one of the few things that I've noticed that have achieved stillness in motion. Because even though their little leaves and branches at the top sway, ever so slightly, it still has the calmness of its roots embedded into its nature. We can learn a lot from the trees. The ancient wisdom that they share. Their roots that go deep into the earth, grounding them. Our roots, energetically speaking, being grounded in what we come from and what we are. The tree comes from the earth. We do not come from the earth. Well, we are not of this earth. We come from our mother's womb. And that in itself is creation. Let us be rooted in creation. And like the roots of the tree flow through the ground, let imagination once again flow in our hearts. High into the sky their branches reach. But is there one branch? No. Not even three. Multiple branches, multiple systems and patterns and arrays. Maybe one, two, or even three main stalks holding up the tree. But for the most part, there's centralized, and then there's branching off. That's where the term branching off came from. Hey, look, the branches, they're moving off of the main part. But that says a lot about our own energetic systems. And I find it funny just how, the trees, especially when you get around to the end of those things, the ends of the branches and the leaves and stuff, how it kind of looks like our cardiovascular system, or our nervous system, or it just mimics a lot of things. And that's, the more I watch nature, the more I notice its synchronicities and how everything alludes to itself, or everything. Within this one tree lies the very energy from which I, as well as the rest of the world, even the universe, came. I went off on a rant about trees, so I guess I'll just make this podcast about trees, because I've always loved them. It's just been like I've been ridiculed for it in my younger years, because I just had a fascination with trees. I would just go outside and watch them and just admire their power and just revere from like mad respect, and just how glorious and truly beautiful they are. And the thing, aside also from its lovely and beautiful physical attributes, I've always wondered if they have anything that's comparable to human emotion. Which I do believe that all life has some sort of sentience to a level, especially animals, because, it's obvious, you can tell. But even more so plants and vegetation in general, trees. It makes sense to me that they would feel something or have some sort of consciousness of their own existence. And then, if so, what are they feeling? Do they get happy? Do they get sad about not being able to move out of that one spot? Do some of them become bitter because of their lack of mobility, or are they just enlightened beings? Because I like to think how it would be for, me to be a tree. And it'd be awesome. They're not, unless you're a lone tree in just the middle of nowhere, which they usually grow in forests, in packs. so that they have a strong root system, because under the ground their roots are connected and they're communicating, and they're, they share the light, and they work with each other for the survival of the ecosystem as a whole. And I've always found that ever so fascinating. Well, I thank you so very much for tuning in to this special video episode. I'm just trying out some new things and on the forums, and whatever sticks, whatever the people like is what I'm gonna do some more of. So if you like it, maybe just hit that like button, subscribe, and comment what you think it would be like to be a tree. I'd love to hear it. Thank you very much. This is your host, Chris Cypher, and you just listened to Deep Chats with Chris Cypher. Much peace, much love, much energy. Maybe we can all learn how to be a tree. Until next episode, I bid thee farewell. Thank you.